clean this other one out. So it would be all sorts of markup. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I went through that on Thursday night. I think I missed 3 tensions because of the way I'm used to throwing it and everything else. It was always kind of getting that little hook on the back end. One of the few spare balls that I know that actually hooks. Yeah. And I threw that, and it was just like next thing you know, it was like, okay. Originally, yeah. Closer to Chipotle. Done a halfway between Chipotle and New Hampton. About 45 minutes. Give or take a little bit, depending on road condition. You just got lost snow there. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night. I drove Thursday night down here in the Matthews. Got done, first I went up 63 back home. And I was in 4-wheel drive and going anywhere between 45 to 50 the whole way home.
So, you go 63 up like towards Nashua?
Yeah, actually I go 63 up to Highway 18 right there. Oh. And then I live in Fredericksburg. So. Yeah, I mean, it's a straight shot, but it was just like driving home, I'm like, okay. I ain't got the best of tires on my backside, but I'm in 4-wheel drive.
That road's pretty nice, though. Nice and wide.
63 is not bad. You get on 18 now, and it doesn't matter which way the wind's blowing. There, it's a drift central.
Good morning, everyone. I am here with you, just getting set up here this morning. We will have action starting in probably about 10 minutes. Still getting my camera set up and everything here today. Just wanted to let everybody know that I am here with you, and as you know, it's early in the tournament, so just got to get everything set up. I got in kind of late last night because of some bad travel, and they had Cosmic Bowling in here, so I'm kind of scrambling a little bit this morning, but we'll see in just a little bit here for A squad qualifying of the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. I'm Mike Flanagan. I'll be with you all weekend, and I'll be back in just a few. All right, everybody, a little behind the scenes just to let you know what I'm doing here. I'm up here in the booth getting our graphics and our picture-in-picture set up here for the day. So practice is supposed to start here in about 10 minutes, it looks like. So I'm glad you're with us. While you're sitting there just hanging out, we just launched a new InsideBowling.com. We're selling merch now, folks. You can support our channel by purchasing merchandise. We got some cool shirts and stuff. There'll be some other stuff coming, and what we're doing with the proceeds of that is it's to fund other projects. We're really happy about that. You can save 15% with coupon code YouTube all weekend long. So I got to get a plug in there for that. I'm going to build these picture-in-pictures. I need to look and see how my shots look so far. I think that camera needs to come down just a little bit. It's a little lopsided. A little bit on the right. I'm going to go do that.
Good morning, everyone. I think we're short one bowler, but we're going to get the announcements going and get things started on a fairly close time here. I'd like to welcome Mike Flanagan and InsideBowling.com again to the live stream for this tournament. So if you have people that want to watch you do a little bowling this morning, let them know to go to InsideBowling.com and they can watch the live stream. So Mike's still getting things set up a little bit, but he'll be ready to roll. Also need to thank our sponsors, title sponsors, Infusion Realtors and Community First National Bank. Brandon Steen from Community First National Bank is bowling on this squad, so thank you, Brandon, for your continued support of the tournament. Also, our bowling equipment sponsor, Ebonite, that is a huge sponsor for us. They donate to us 20 bowling ball certificates and bowling balls for our nice display, as well as some roller bags, and we'll be giving a lot of those out tomorrow after the tournament's over to the probably top 20 guys on the prize list. Also, other sponsors, we picked up Logo Infusion this year. And they are going to be an ongoing sponsor. They gave us a special code if you want to order jerseys from Logo Infusion. Go to their website. The special code they gave us is GIB18, and that's good for the whole year. You'll get 20% off on any jersey that you order from them using that code. Budweiser Bud Light's another sponsor. Waterloo Convention and Visitor Bureau gives us a big amount of money in a grant that allows us to do the added prize money for these tournaments. Last night we had the other place on Ridgeway Avenue. It's a nice sports bar and restaurant. Donated the 5 $20 gift certificates for the practice session last night, so we appreciate that. And the Isle Hotel and Casino donated a room for our InsideBowling.com celebrity Mike Flanagan, so appreciate that from them. Also, we want to thank Cadillac XBC and Maple Lanes, both of our hosts for the Infusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. This is the first time we've been back to Cadillac since 2012, so much appreciated. Also need to thank my wife, Rosie, and my daughter, Jennifer, for all their help in making these things run, and also my son Gregory for the work he does on the Greater Iowa Bowling Association website. One other thing I'd like to do is recognize the past champions that are born on this squad. We have Tom Hess, if Tom wants to step out and take a little bow, and also our champion from September of last year, Chris Pearson, is born on this squad, so congrats on that, Chris. We're gonna, I better give you the skip here too. All right, this isn't too tough, guys, but On this squad, you'll skip 1 after game 1, skip 2 after game 2, skip 3 after game 3, and then skip 1 and skip 2. So it's skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, skip 1, skip 2. We're going to turn them on now for about 10 minutes of shadow balls, and then we'll get you going. Thanks.
the bowlers, your practice time is now complete. Please hold up on your shadow balls. Make sure you cycle your machines back to first ball, and when your score sheets and arrow is returned, you can start your tournament play. Good luck and good scores this morning.
All right, check, check, 1, 2. Let's see, let's bring it in. I'll say hello to you guys. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2018 February edition of the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. I'm Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com, bringing you the action here this weekend. We have A squad, now a B squad, and a C squad today for you, and then we'll have a cut tomorrow on Sunday, and then we'll have our stepladder finals that we have here every year. It's an inverted stepladder where they have brackets bowl each other, and then the 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 seeds all come into play. And it's always fun here at the Fusion. Joe Engelkiss and the entire crew here with the Greater Iowa Bowling Association. We are not at Maple Lanes where we normally are. We are back again where the Fusion has been before. We are here at Cadillac Lanes, but now it's called Cadillac XBC as they've done some remodeling here, and they continue to do so. So happy to be back here in Waterloo. It's about 6 degrees outside with lows of -2 in the late bitter cold of the night. Got in yesterday, and enough about that. I want to take you out to the lanes. I've got 2 pairs for you. I'm going to first start out by taking you over to lanes 15 and 16 for this game number 1 of 6 qualifying round. You're going to have to bear with me a little bit on the scores here this weekend, as Cadillac is doing a scoring upgrade here in the near future, I was told. But for now, we've got a rough monitor there on the right side of your screen. But it's the best we can do for now, folks, so bear with us. We do have our new graphics package. Hope you guys like that. I do want to welcome everybody in that's in the chat watching right now live on YouTube. I see you guys in there, and I will interact with you as I get my sponsors out of the way and get the rest of my scenes shot and set up. I also have some other exciting things to talk about. But I think talking about this tournament is the most important thing that we get started with today here at the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. First of all, Fusion Realtors and Community First National Bank bowlers that bowl this event sponsor this event. Zach Bajorner is a bowler. He represents the Fusion Realtors. And then Brandon Steen works at Community First National Bank. Without those 2 co-title sponsors, the amazing prize fund that we see here at this event would not be possible. We also have other associate sponsors that help make this thing happen, and you should support them. The Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau. They do a lot to bring bowling to Waterloo, Iowa for the 2 fusions each and every year, broadcast here on InsideBowling.com. We also want to thank Budweiser, the Kingpin Grill, CFNB Mortgage, and Logo Infusion is the official jersey supplier of the Greater Iowa Bowling Association. And if you'd like to purchase some jerseys, you can head over to logoinfusion.com and you can use the coupon code GIBA18, GIBA18, and that'll save you 20% off over at logoinfusion.com. So those are the sponsors that bring you the tournament. The Kingpin Grill over at Maple Lanes, as well as here at Cadillac XBC. Also donating proceeds from the sales of the weekend back into the tournament. Action underway here as we do look at these lanes 15 and 16. The bowlers you see before you is Casina Mickey. Or it looks like, I'm sorry, they have them backwards here. My apologies. Mickey Casina, Henry Poznansky, and Shane Arment. So who I have on my sheet there. There's Thomas. Thomas Kachina. I guess his nickname is Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, hey, Mickey. Let's talk about this oil pattern in this bowling center. This bowling center has 36 lanes before us. I sit behind lanes 17 and 18 and 19 and 20. There's actually a catwalk between those. You can see it on the right side of your screen, the black doors. I sit right behind there up here in this booth. One of my favorite lane surfaces in the entire world, the Brunswick Pro Anvil synthetic lane. A very, very slick lane surface, which means you need less oil on the lane to be able to provide the prevention of hook on the lane, so to speak. Let's talk about this oil pattern. The Fusion Realtors put out a different pattern on every single one of the events. This event is 38 feet in length, 28 milliliters of oil, which is quite a bit of volume on this Pro Anvil lane surface. The oil ratio is a very flat 2.12 to 1 ratio here at Cadillac XBC. Scoring pace should be moderate to low. And we do have a pretty full field. Normally these events do sell out. This one's not quite sold out. And why, you might ask? Because there's a lot of other tournaments going on this weekend all throughout the Midwest, including the PBA Tournament of Champions, which will be tomorrow. Some bowlers that bowled the Tournament of Champions are here bowling in this field, and I think that's a good opportunity for me to take you through the field of players. We have 44 bowlers this morning. I will take you through the entire list now. Kurt Kroll is bowling with Brandon Steen and Troy Fuller. Darren Galbraith is bowling with Greg Olson. Cameron Doyle and Joe Engelkiss bowling with Tom Hess. Daniel Healy, Jeff McCann, and Jared Gosey are bowling together. Kevin Duncan, Mike Estes, and Brandon Moyle are paired up together. Mickey Kachina, Henry Poznansky, Shane Arment, right in front of you on your screen. Brian Halen, Alex Martin, and Tommy Trask bowling together. Adrian Aries, Brad Christie, and Dave Dentlinger are also bowling on the same pair together. Kyle Morgan, Zach Wolfel, and Justin Petrie are paired up together. Don Breeden, John Shaw, and Mike Bugren bowling together. Michael Coffey, Christian Francis, and Billy Goodman bowling together. Bradley Krause, Connor Egan, and Greg Young are crossing together. John Marsala, who just came off a really nice finish at the True Amateur Tournament out in Vegas, finished 5th last week. He's here. Also made the stepladder final the last time I was with you on a broadcast, which was 2 Fusions ago, February of 17. We'll see if he makes it back to the stepladders here this week. But John is bowling with Jordan Richard, Ryan Bensley. They are paired up together down on 29 and 30. Kenny Calkins III, Justin Corey, and Cody Brandauer down on 31 and 32. Ken Duffield, Chris Pearson, and Quentin Bolin round out your field this morning of 44 players. It's also probably a good opportunity for me to talk a little bit about how the InsideBowling.com website has changed a bit. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but we have a lot of people that support our channel on YouTube. As a matter of fact, we've just recently rolled 10,000 subscribers and have soared past it to 10,550 subscribers. And a lot of you that are in the chat today are the reason why we've been able to grow, and I cannot thank you enough. Shout out to the quick folks that I do see in here: Zarnarian 2010, Craker with Gun PS4, Jay Terry, Robert Curatolo 22 Catch 22, Jay Terry. I see you guys in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Smash that like button down below so we can get our improved ratings on YouTube. We would appreciate it. But we do now have a merch store on our website at InsideBowling.com. If you're looking for the standings, we'll have them on InsideBowling.tv. And we do realize that our security certificate has not taken place yet on InsideBowling.tv. So you may have a little problems with your browser, and you just need to click the Advanced tab, and then just go ahead and proceed onto the website. InsideBowling.tv is where you're going to find the standings once we get moving along here in the event like you're used to seeing. Hello to Justin Williams, Sydney Forrester, also in the chat this morning. So we do have a brand new, completely different designed InsideBowling.com, and we are now selling merch on our website. We have a lot of cool pop culture designs on there. We also have an Ebonite International licensing agreement where you can go pick up Columbia 300 Ebonite Hammer and Track branded shirts. And Ebonite, also the official bowling ball of the Greater Iowa Bowling Association, also sponsors this event, makers of the Verdict Pearl, the Game Breaker 3. A couple really cool videos out on YouTube on both of those balls. This weekend, we're kicking off our new InsideBowling.com shop with the code you see on the screen, which is save 15% with code YouTube on our website. So browse around. We've got some pretty cool pop culture t-shirts and things like that available on our website now. And you see a lot of YouTubers, they do Patreon accounts, they do Kickstarter campaigns, they offer super chat and ways that you can donate. And there's a lot of things we want to do here at InsideBowling.com. We want to upgrade cameras, we want to be able to bring you more pairs, and we also want to be able to get back into running some pretty high dollar events. So by helping with some merch sales, you can help make that happen. I never really like to ask anyone for a monetary donation, so to speak, but it was time. With over 30,000 followers across our entire social network, it was just time for us to figure out a way to monetize and help fund what we're doing so we can grow. So enough about that. I do have some shirts here in the booth. I'll bring it back into the booth later and show you what they look like. But they're a really nice t-shirt, very, very soft. It's not one that's going to scratch your neck. I took a lot of time with this project. It's been over a year in the making, and hopefully you enjoy it. So we've been watching lanes 15 and 16, and I've also got lanes 21 and 22 for you as well. So I'm gonna take you over there now. And as I mentioned, on lanes 21 and 22, we got Kyle Morgan, Zach Wolfel, and Justin Petrie. Now that I have my monitors up, I will get us scoreboards here shortly. All right, let's see how that works out. Not too terribly bad. I'll continue to tweak those scoreboards throughout the day. Do the best I can with those. And I also have a picture-in-picture now as well. So cruising right along here this morning on Inside Bowling. Pretty quick pace of play today, 3 on most pairs. It's nice to be back in Waterloo, Iowa, here at Cadillac XBC. It's been a while. If you don't follow us on social media, I'm actually updating our social media right now. You can follow us over on Facebook at facebook.com/Inside Bowling. You can also follow us on Twitter at Inside Bowling and on Instagram at Inside Bowling. And like I said before, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, we certainly would appreciate you giving us a subscription. If you do subscribe, you get notifications letting you know when we do go live, just like we did this morning, and how we are live this morning. Take you back over to lanes 15 and 16 as the guys are finishing up here. Looks like possible 199, possible 189, and 203. I'm sorry, 233. Which I believe is Shane Arment. Somebody that's watching just purchased from our InsideBowling.com store, and I just got a notification on my phone. So whoever's watching that just supported our channel and supporting what we do, I thank you very much. We will be adding new styles weekly, by the way. We've had a lot of fun with these pop culture bowling t-shirts, trust me. Anthony Lockwood just purchased a shirt. Thanks, buddy. Thank you very much. It means a lot. So 213 it looks like for Shane Arment. 187 for Mickey Kachina. Henry Poznaski. Mickey Kachina actually can bowl 179, 187 for Henry Poznaski. And looks like lanes 21 and 22 just finishing up. Zach Wolfel. Good start here for Zach. Can bowl 246. It's 202 and 216 for Kyle Morgan and Justin Petrie. I almost feel comfortable on the broadcast, everybody. I'm almost at a point where I'm comfortable. Always starting out in a center you haven't been in a while and everything takes a little bit, especially with the rough travel schedule that I had coming into this. So looks like things are good, but I don't really have any action out on the lanes for you. Here's what my picture-in-picture looks like right now as we're getting ready to head into game number 2. So, all right, I guess I'll bring it into me. Good morning again, everybody. Glad you're with us. I'll take you through the tournament a little bit. We've got this A squad right now, 6 games, and then we come back. I believe it's around 1 o'clock. I believe I'm gonna have to check the times on that. We'll have 6 more games for you for the B squad, which is full. That squad is full. And then C squad tonight, I believe, starts at 6 p.m. And that's pretty full. And if you still want to bowl, I think you can actually get in the tournament for C squad if you'd like. 44 bowlers this morning, 36 lanes, so 2 on a lane. I believe they'll take 72 this afternoon. It should fill. I believe it's full. If you go to giba-bowling.com, you can see the whole list of the folks that were pre-registered and signed up. Again, we could not make this tournament possible, and we wouldn't be here streaming if it wasn't for the great sponsors, Fusion Realtors, Community First National Bank, and the list of associate sponsors that are just down below on your screen in the description area on YouTube. Also, I'll mention the other sponsors. Again, we've got Logo Infusion with that coupon code GIBA18. You save 20% off this weekend. Budweister, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Maple Lanes, also where we run a lot of these events. The Kingpin Bar and Grill here and at Maple, they have the same owners now. And of course, this weekend, big announcement with my website. We like our merch store that we have. We've got some new graphics for you up on the screen. I want to thank my man Carlos over at CLZ Design. If you're looking for something designed, get in touch with me. Shoot me an email at mike@insidebowling.com. And if you would like Carlos's services, the guy's awesome. And he's very affordable. If you own your own business and you're looking for some graphic design, maybe you need a banner made, maybe you need a Facebook graphic made or something you're trying to promote, my man Carlos will take care of you. He just stands by his computer all day long, and he just works on graphics. He does things for some Major League Soccer teams, and he's been helping me out a lot. This merchandise store wouldn't be possible without him. And I want to show you some of the shirts I got here, right here, that are ready to go. We do have the branding deal with Ebonite International. This is a track shirt. It's an extra large, so it's a little big on me. An extra large is a little big on me. I'm a large. I've got my Bowling World. You like Wayne's World, but it's Bowling World right here. I've got, this isn't the actual red that you'll get. It's more of a cardinal red. This was just a sample shirt, but it's Bowling and Chill. I've got Bowling and Chill. It's like Netflix and Chill. And then this was just a different size of the Bowling World. This is a large. This is my size that I wear. So I do have some shirts here on site. I just wanted to get them on the camera. It's our way that we're going to do a little bit of crowdfunding to be able to do a lot more things. I do have one tournament that I want to run, but I have to guarantee some money because it's kind of a weird format. I've talked about it before on the live streams, but that's one of the first projects I want to try to get going. So looks like we do have action underway now. I'm going to take you back out to the lanes. We're going to take you over to lanes 15 and 16, where we have Jeff McCann bowling with Daniel Healy and Jared Gosey. Hi, Eric. Eric Littig is here, folks. So So game number 2, and once again, folks, the scoring. I know that the scoring is a little bit of an issue here with being able to make it out on the screen, but it's what we got, and at least you can see the scores, so that's a good thing. I didn't know lane 16 monitor was that bad. I would have probably set up on a different pair, but I like where it's at. You see Tom Hess off to the left side of your screen. Just got done bowling the Tournament of Champions. I believe next week he'll be bowling the 60th anniversary PBA event in Indianapolis, and then I'm sure he'll be bowling Players Championship in Akron, the final, the final stop of the big February the PBA Tour's got going on right now. Oh, excellent. Jennifer just stopped by the booth. I'm actually gonna bring it back in just for a second. They got this really cool thing right here. This shows all the past winners of the event. I'll go over that with you, but back out to the lanes. In September 2011, a past champion, the inaugural winner of the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open was Matt McNeil. And we don't really have to talk a lot about Matt McNeil. He's Mr. Eagle winner. He's already got a Hall of Fame USBC Open Championships career at a very young age. So good friend of ours too. So Matt won the inaugural event, which was awesome. And then Derek Sapp bowled 300 in the title match with a Brooklyn on the last ball, actually. And that's archived on our Inside Bowling channel. That archive is there. Then in February of 13, Nick Heilman took home the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. In 2013, it was Jason Poley. And in 2014, there were 2 events, and those are archived on Inside Bowling. Casey Murphy took home the February event, and Tom Hess took home the September event. Then in January of 2015, Matt Smith won. And in September of 15, Stephen Keeler won. Then in February of 2016, Dave Barris was the champion. And in September of 2016, Casey Murphy became a 2-time champion of the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. Then in March of 17, Vince Biondo took home the title. And then in September of 17, and we weren't able to stream that one, and it broke our heart that we couldn't be here. It's just we had way too much going on, too many commitments. And I want to thank Joe and the entire crew for understanding that, because I really felt terrible not bringing you that tournament. But in September of 17, Chris Pearson won the event. So really, really cool what they've done here with the Greater Iowa Bowling Association and these events twice a year. And this is the first event that I actually got to come cover that wasn't my own. Joe watched our broadcast and said, hey, I want you to come stream our event. So this one is like family when I come to Waterloo twice a year mostly. I try to make it here as often as I possibly can to support it. It feels like a home game for me. So just awesome people. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. I am Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com. If you don't know that by now, you've just discovered our channel because I'm on here all the time. The players are bowling on a 38 feet in length oil pattern with 28.53 milliliters of oil. It's very flat. It's 2.12 to 1 ratio. It'll be lower scoring. We are at Cadillac XBC, formerly known as Cadillac Lanes. It's XBC because they're doing upgrades to the center currently right now. The lanes are beautiful. The concourse has been upgraded. And they have a wonderful game room here as well as bar. So, and there's a lot of concourse space here. And they're doing a lot of things right. And same owners at Maple Lanes where we normally are. Same owners here as there. This center used to be owned by Adrian Erickson. And Adrian passed away a few years ago. I don't remember how many years ago it now is, but April Erickson, who went to Central Missouri State, an accomplished female bowler, her dad Adrian ran the center, and she grew up in it. I know April pretty well. I went to Central Missouri State when she was there as well for a semester. And if any of the Erickson family are watching, hello to you. And it's great to see that the center changed ownership and is in good hands. See Cameron Doyle off to the left side of your screen. Also, the skip procedure today is skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, skip 1, skip 2. So everybody just skipped a pair. So let's see if Cameron and folks will be on our cameras. It looks like they'll be on 19 and 20. So I could get a little bonus coverage with my booth cam there, it looks like. So let's see who we have on lanes 21 and 22. Also, I should be able to take you there. Let's see, skip 1. Brian Halen, Alex Martin, and Tommy Trask actually is who I have over there. So might be a good opportunity now to bring in our split screen for you, and you can take a look. All right, those of you that are in the chat, if you have any questions for me, I'm going to spend some time here looking at the chat now. I want to say hello to Dave Justice. What's the price for this tournament? Well, I'm going over to giba-bowling.com to check that out right now. It looks like, and they do a great job on their website, by the way. It's, if you're ever in this area, you should come up here and bowl these events. Let's see, schedule. I'm gonna click on schedule. Infusion Realtors, February 10th and 11th. I click on that. Here we go. Here it is. It says it's a $150 entry fee. $130 goes to the prize fund. $20 goes to lineage, which is the bowling game, is what they call that in bowling, is lineage, the fees for using the lanes. Guaranteed added prize money, $5,000 plus. Did you hear that? $5,000 plus, because of the great sponsors and also the Convention and Visitors Bureau that helps support this event. Costs $10 to be in the GIBA membership fee, which is well worth it for everything they do. Yeah, so that's it. It's a $150 entry fee for this event. And the prize fund's cool. Prize fund goes $2,800 for first, $2,100 for second, $1,600 for third, $1,300, $1,100, $1,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top 6 all get $1,000 or more on a $150 entry. It's spread out very evenly, and that's on a full tournament with 204 entries. They're not quite going to get there, but Joe still pays out. I mean, a ton of money, a ton of money. I mean, if you're looking for a nice financial investment as far as being able to go bowl an event and having a nice payout, this is it. This is it. Twice a year. Okay, Tommy TCAS. Thank you. Yes, Andrew. And I knew that, but I think it's typed differently here. TRACZ. It's hard for me to get TCAS out of that, but I'll try. Let's see. I'll be seeing you for C Squad. Okay, awesome, Dan. Thank you very much. Michael Lane, I'll see you tonight as well. How much for last place? Last place doesn't make any money. Question here in the chat, which is pretty common. Not everybody's going to cash. This cash ratio is 1 out of it's on this flyer. I just have to find it. 68 cash, so that was a 1 in 3. 1 in 3 cash ratio. 1 in 3. Hey, Fred, thank you. Thank you, Fred, letting us know that he just supported Inside Bowling by picking up a couple of shirts from our new merch shop. I hope you use the coupon code there on your screen, 15% with code YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube in the year 2563, when I've been dead for 400 plus years, the coupon code's still going to be good if the site's still up. Our coupon codes are not going to expire. This YouTube code is going to be up forever at 15% off. Nick Pate, I see you in the chat, and you're bowling today. You better make the finals, otherwise you should retire. You need a good tournament finish, brother. Hello, Wadaman. Hello from Australia, he says. Enjoy watching your tournaments. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Where can I find a list of future events that you are covering? That is a great question, Joe. As we're working through our new website, there'll be new pages expanding. I've got some other pages I have to build out, but building the back end of the e-commerce has been kind of brutal, so bear with me. But if you do go to InsideBowling.com and you go on the live streaming tab up there, it shows you upcoming events. Now, I realize I don't have a ton of events booked and put on there right now. I have this one, then I have the Southland Bowling League, which is a really cool collegiate event that we do every year. It's March 23rd through the 25th. I encourage you to check that out. We'll be in Dallas this year for that. And then I also have the December 14th through 16th, the Hammer Holiday Doubles on there. And I will have some other events that are going to be added to the schedule between there. I kind of have to pick and choose, and I also run a full digital marketing company. And I have a lot of travel requirements with my partners that I work with, and I have to make sure that there are times that can free me up to go out and do this. I added it up. I spent 187 days on the road last year. So I also like to try to spend some time at home as much as possible. So when we do go live and when we do stream, it's kind of a treat, really, because we kind of pick our spots with that. I am looking to upload and get some new content up to the page. I'm also going to go back and take a look at some old footage and offer some expanded coverage and content with some of the older footage. And I look forward to doing that, putting that out on our InsideBowling.com channel. As I do have to say, and I know I'm pushing my merch shop and all these great sponsors that we have, and I'm just getting set up this morning, but to roll 10,000 YouTube subscribers was just very humbling last month. And I cannot thank each and every one of you for the support that you've given us along the way. 10,000 subs is a lot. And we really want to get to 10,000. Now, I realize that is a lofty goal. But if we could get to 100,000 subs, they send you this really cool Google Play button. And that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I'm actually looking at our YouTube channel right now, and we have already picked up another 16 new subscribers just since we've gone on the air today. So appreciate it. If you have the YouTube app, it lets you know when we go live. It's very beneficial to have that subscription. And we also encourage that you go out and subscribe to other YouTube channels. So, for instance, Ebonite is a great partner of the Greater Iowa Bowling Association and a great partner of ours at Inside Bowling. They have a YouTube channel. I've actually worked on 2 projects recently, the Game Breaker 3 one-take video with Ronnie Russell and Tommy Jones, and then also a Verdict Pearl one-take video with Ronnie Russell where Tommy Jones makes a very awkward, hilarious cameo. So go subscribe to their channel as well. Game number 2, going very, very quickly this morning. I'm actually probably going to get a break. I'm probably going to actually get out of here for a minute and come back. That's kind of cool for me. I talked about the other squads of this event, and I will have coverage for you here today. This morning here we started at 9 Central, bring you these 6 games, come back at 1:30 for 6 more games, and then at 6:15 for 6 more games. It's a little bit different this year, Jennifer. We're going to start working on getting these scores updated for you online. And those scores will be on your event information tabs on insidebowling.tv is where you're going to find those with our new change with our website. We're still working through a few kinks with that, and you may even see that you may have to click through, because it'll say it's missing a certificate, but everything's safe. You just click through that and click advanced, and that you want to view insidebowling.tv. Okay, this is where you're going to go, Jennifer.
Okay.
So it's that web address. Oh, it's a touchscreen computer. I didn't know that you had that. Look at that, all fancy. So yeah, it's just normal.
Okay.
Normal. There you go.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, Jennifer just came by the booth to make sure that we get the standings updated for you over on insidebowling.tv. I'll full screen you here. Take a look, see how the boys are bowling. 147. Remember, it's a flat oil pattern, very demanding. 190. Possible 210 here. A lot of new faces for me in this event as well. Daniel Healy, Jeff McCann, and Jared Gosey. Dan Healy leaves the baby split. Can bowl 198 with a conversion and a strike. When I get ready to bring up game number 3, I'm going to tell you a little self-confession coming up when we start game 3. By the way, look on 14. That's Joe Engelkiss. That's our tournament director. I want Joe to win one of these. Got some questions here. Let's see. Hit that like button to promote the live feed. Yep, Eric, thank you very much. Aaron Ramsden wants to know, am I planning on taking this international? You know what? I wouldn't mind doing some international stuff. Absolutely. Aaron says we're going to get there, no doubt, to 100,000 subs. Thanks, man. Earlier also, Nick Pate, I was giving him trouble. He says, you're telling me the funds are getting low. Come win this tournament, Nick. I know you're bowling later today. Joel Vansel says, hey, Mike, I just subscribed to your channel. Enjoy watching your tournaments. Watching from Indiana. Thanks, Joel. Really appreciate that. Sudaka0033 says, I'm going to go take a nap. I'll come back. All right, well, enjoy the nap. Take one for me, too, okay? Hello to Risto. Let's see. Hey, Mike, we'll see you soon with the WSU boys. Yeah, hey, John, great. Yeah, I know AJ Chapman's going to be bowling later, which he's actually bowled one of the most unusual games we've ever seen on our broadcast, ever. A couple of fusions ago, he bowled like 140, and he just had one of those games where just everything fell apart. Kind of like Matt O'Grady last night on Extra Frame, if you were watching that. He just couldn't do anything. And then we had like a respot and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's on our Inside Bowling channel. I'd have to look that up to see exactly what year that was. But AJ's a tremendous talent and a friend of ours too. But he just had the roughest game maybe I've ever seen in a stepladder when we've streamed. So I wouldn't surprise me if AJ Chapman won this tournament. Let's see. Are there any top name bowlers in the field? Well, on this one right now, we've got Tom Hess and Cameron Doyle. Later on today, we've got more PBA type caliber players also, and also we've got some really top amateur bowlers. Don Breeden's also bowling this morning. Don Breeden, you may not know his name, but he's bowling on a senior tour right now, the PBA 50, and he's made some step ladders, against Weber and Parker Bone and Walter Ray and Amleto and all those guys. So Don Breeden can definitely play. Let's see. The dude on 15 that just left the Big Four looks like Stu Williams. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. 22 Catch 22 wants to know, was Adam Levine able to make it? I don't know if Adam Levine is bowling, a.k.a. Nick Thomas. I need him to start coming to all the events, though, because he gets us a lot of publicity. Mike, maybe you should bowl to add to the star power. Robert, that's my self-confession I'm going to talk about in game number 3. Where's this being held? We are at Cadillac XBC in Waterloo, Iowa is where we are today. We also have a question here. Let's see. Oh, South Korea checking in. Hello, Ross Kreider from South Korea. Waterloo, -2 degrees. Yes, it is -2 degrees. I got frostbite, actually, last night walking from my car to my hotel room. I had to upgrade to a jacuzzi suite and draw myself the most wonderful jacuzzi tub, 121-degree water. No, I'm just completely kidding about all of that, but that got kind of creepy, so I'm going to stop. All right, let's see. How about doing the finals of the KYBT at EBI training facility? Tony Campagna, I'm not really 100% sure. I'm going to guess Kentucky Youth Bowlers Tour. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we could maybe do that. Try to bundle that around one of my trips when I go to Hopkinsville. That would be great. Watching lanes 21 and 22 on this Pro-Am lane surface, 38 feet in length oil pattern, 28.53 milliliters of oil at a 2.12 to 1 ratio for you bowling nerds out there. I love the center. I really do like it. It's very, very open, nice nice open concourse. Love the lanes, love the masking units. And they've got new scoring scheduled for next year, so give them a break on these screens. I want to thank everybody for watching. Up to 161 watching this morning, which is a few more than I thought we'd actually have here. This tournament normally starts out kind of light, but with the YouTube channel growing, up to 10,552 subscribers, cannot thank you enough for supporting our channel. We need to be able to branch out, find some more subs, because you guys are all loyal. I sit here and I just keep saying subscribe, 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 and you guys are already subscribed. Probably like, Jesus, Mike, we can't subscribe more than once. You want us to go out and create multiple email addresses and subscribe underneath a whole bunch extra? Well, sure, go do that too. All right, so setting it up here in the 9th frame, we got Brian here. Brian Halen, Alex Martin, and Tommy Tcas, I was told, but I have it written down different on my sheet. So I'm going to trust the chat on this one. How about that for Alex Martin with a triple? There you go. Pretty good scores here by this threesome. Brian Halen. Ball just loped off the spot down lane, but keeping the ball in play around the head pin. Every time you hit the 1-3 and you're right-handed, that's a good thing on a flat oil pattern. As Pete Weber would say, you got to pick your spares. I don't do a great Pete impersonation. But, well, you know, you got to pick your spares. Yeah, it's not a good Pete. Jeff Goodger does a better Pete. He also does a better Macho Man than me. Oh, wow, look at the bird dog there by Tommy Tcas. Get to 190. Hi, Tom. 84. Tom Hess, he's just hanging out. 84 over after 2. This is his deal. He loves it here. This is comfort. This is a home game for him too. Yep. Tom's going to join me during the B Squad today in the booth, and we're going to relive a moment that happened in this bowling center when we barely knew each other. About 5 years ago. Actually, I can tell you exactly when it was. It was in, oh my gosh. Man, does the time go by or what? September 2012 is when that happened. 8 years ago. 6 years ago, sorry. 6 years ago. My math this morning is just a little bit off. Oh, look at that. Look at Alex Martin. These guys here. This has been a good pair for them. It's been a really good pair for them. 204, got a possible 190 now for Tommy. All right, good place for that, 188. A couple of opens there in the 8th and the 9th, hurt him. Alex Martin working on a string here. Gets the light tickler. That's 5 in a row. That turkey there on the screen. It's flashing 5 in a row. Here we have Alex Martin to finish out the game with the last 6. We call that the back half. And because I said that, he leaves the 10 pin. And he gets a congratulations on the screen for a high game score of 229. 229, Alex Martin. Nice job, dude. Nice job. Keep it going. We got a lot of bowling left today, everybody. A lot of bowling. And we've got Quentin bowling today. which that's going to be fun when he comes through because Quentin is bowling. And he's bowling. Quentin bowling. It's like who's on first? Quentin bowling. All right. Now we've got now we get to have some fun here over on lanes 15 and 16. That's Troy Fuller. Troy finished runner-up to Casey Murphy, and it took extra games, extra roll-offs back in February of 2014. Troy Fuller finished runner-up, finished second.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, look, it's Cameron Doyle came up. Hi, Cameron.
I'll try to give you a decent game.
Okay, well, where are you at?
I don't know if I'm on.
19 and 20. I'll turn that camera around. Can't. So we're watching Kurt Kroll, Brandon Steen, and Troy Fuller. And Brandon, who's wearing the Columbia 300 shirt, when you see him bowl, just remember that a reason why, I don't even know how much money, I'd say somewhere around $2,500 or so is being kicked in from Community First National Bank, and it's because he works there and he helps solidify the sponsorship. So the bowlers always give him a round of applause for helping add money to the prize fund. He's also an awesome guy. He's made a step ladder before as well in this event. I believe he finished third, if my memory serves me right. But Brandon's an accomplished bowler. He's also a member of Ebonite International Pro staff, or their staff, Columbia 300 brand. Ebonite is the bowling ball sponsor of this Greater Iowa Bowling Association, all their tournaments, including this one here, the Fusion. I'm actually gonna step out of the booth for just a second, but not because I don't love you guys, but more so because I'm gonna turn this booth cam around, and I'm gonna get you some bonus coverage of Tom Hess, Cameron Doyle, and Joe Engelkiss, our tournament director. Of course, the tournament director gets to cross with Cameron Doyle and Tom Hess. It's one of the perks. Maybe one day we could all be as cool as Joe Engelkiss. All right, everybody, I'm back, and I got that camera moved. Here's Cameron Doyle for you. Said he'd try to bowl a good game for us. And you know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy on this pair right now. You're going to see Tom Hess coming up on your screen. Tom Hess has the first three. Cameron Doyle has the first three. And Joe Engelkiss has the first three. These guys haven't missed on this pair yet. They got a 9-bagger. Make it a 10-bagger. All right, who's going to mess it up down there? You guys got a 10-bagger. Tom's telling me to shush. Game 3 of 6 here at the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. I'm Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com. We're super, super excited about our new merch shop over on our website, InsideBowling.com. If you would like to support our channel and support what we do, you can do that in a multitude of ways. You could go over to all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and give us a follow and a like. Everything is the web address /InsideBowling. If you'd like to support us and be able to help generate some funds so that we can start working on some of the other big things we want to do. We do have our merch shop now available. You can save 15% this weekend with coupon code YouTube. You can also while you're shopping online, if you're looking for die subs, you can go to Logo Infusion and use coupon code GIBA18 for 20% off over there. So that's an 11-bagger now for this pair with Cameron Strike. So Joe Engelkiss now is up on lane 19. He's our tournament director, crossing with Doyle and Hess. And if Engelkiss gets a strike here, they will have bowled 300. This is for 300. 299. 299 for the team of Doyle, Hess, and Engelkiss.
Put the experienced guy there for your handle pressure.
Hess says you put your experienced guy at the bottom for the 300 because he can handle the pressure, and nope, leaves a 4-pin. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see if they can get a string back going again here on 19 and 20, these guys. Pretty funny. Hess with another strike. So I know I don't have any scoreboards here. I'm actually using my booth cam to give you guys some bonus coverage. This is the, I would say, the celebrity pair with Doyle and Hess and tournament director Joe Engelkiss. So I want to give them some airtime because they're actually going to skip our camera pair. So this is the opportunity for us to be able to cover them. Also notice this is kind of Reno-esque, like the National Bowling Stadium. They've actually got a catwalk behind lanes, or between lanes 18 and 19. I need to find out what Cameron's using. I think it's a black hammer. KD, is that a black hammer? Okay, yeah, I'm right. When am I not right? I'm always right. I can just look at a bowling ball and I know what it is. Actually, that is the furthest from the truth. But I guessed right this time. All right, now Hess misses. So that was the, Hess was working, he had the first 4. That was his shot in the 5th. Joe Engelkiss looking to get back on it here. Who, me? No. I got a new soundboard. Yeah, no, this is what we've been using. This is what I got merch though now. I got merchandise on my website. I got merch on my website. I got T-shirts and stuff. Bowling and chill. See that? Like Netflix. Why go Netflix and chill? Bowling and chill. Cameron's laughing at me. Eric Littig up here having a conversation with me in the booth as we continue to bring you this game number 3. We are at Cadillac XBC Bowling Center, formerly known as Cadillac Lanes. It's turning into more of your family fun center with other activities to do, such as nice game room, good place for birthday parties in the area, and that's where you can generate extra funds for your center to be able to keep the doors open and be profitable and be able to host events like this. All right, so Cameron's no longer perfect as he 4-pins. Tom Hess. It's always been fun covering these events with Tom Hess up here because there's been times that he'd fry a little bit. And there's one event where we said, all right, well, we're going to rename him, see if he bowls better. And we renamed him Thess. T. Hess, just put it together, Thess. And he went on to, I think, shoot like 760 the next 3 games. So we started calling him King Thess. It never really stuck, though. Thanks, man. Here, why don't you say that on air? We got Cameron Doyle. Cameron joins me now.
I just want to say a big congratulations to Mike Flanagan, 10,000 subscribers. Is that right?
Yeah, man, 10,000 subs, and we just launched our merch store. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, man.
I need to get me one.
Yeah, bowling and chill, man. I got some shirts here. We'll discuss all that.
Yeah.
We'll have our time. Is your dad coming up?
No.
What about your girlfriend?
Nope.
You're just flying solo.
I'm alone this weekend.
Oh, I like it. Maybe you and I could spend some time together.
Yeah, next squad I'll come in if you want me to.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you. All right, you just heard it. Breaking news. Cameron Doyle is going to join me during B Squad on the broadcast. I'll tell you, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I still stream bowling tournaments, because of the support I get from the athletes, especially the ones that, you guys really want to hear from, the ones that do it for a living and have dedicated their life to this as their number one priority. Not to take anything away from the amateur bowlers that bowl these events, because they're all wonderful as well. But you know who you guys want to hear from. You guys want to hear, how Cameron Doyle's doing after leaving Wichita State and getting ready to commit himself to all the tour stops starting next week. And he's freshening up and trying to get sharp here at this event to prepare and launch him into his first full-time season on the PBA Tour. I mean, we're going to be able to talk to this guy about this during B Squad. And it's the relationships with these bowlers that make me keep coming back, because I genuinely am interested in that story. I really want to know where he's at mentally going into this year. Because he didn't bowl the DHC over in Japan because he wasn't invited. And he can't bowl the Tournament of Champions because he hasn't been a champion as a member. And that's what I want to talk to him about, too. I believe he can't bowl because of that. He's won a regional, but it was when he was not a member. I think it was when he was like 13 years old or something. So we'll get into that in B Squad. Hess is going to join us, too. So that'll be some good conversation during B Squad coming up at about 1:30. Yeah, Sudaka 0033. I have a date today. I'm going to take you back over lanes 15 and 16 and give one of our sponsors a little bit of love there, Brandon Steen. And Brandon's striking away now. Troy Fuller as well, can bowl 222. These guys can bowl. Kurt Kroll also can still bowl 225 as well over on this pair. Good morning to Kim Richter. She says it's interesting that the tournament director is bowling the event. And that observation is actually an interesting one, because usually you run a tournament and the last thing you want to do is bowl the event because, you were part of the oil pattern designing process. You just know everything about the event. However, there are exceptions to the rule at times. When you have a guy like Joe, who, let's face it, is your typical, league bowler that has bowled, competitive tournaments, state tournaments, nationals, some singles events here and there, that just loves bowling. What happened was he was bowling the events, and they were going to go away. And Joe, because he loved bowling the events, said, "Oh, I'll just run them, and I'll get my family to help me. We can do this." But the reason why he kept it alive is because he still wanted to bowl. He didn't want him to go away. So you've got a very unique situation with Joe Engelkiss. You know, these tournaments don't happen without him. And he loves bowling. And his rev rate, his style, he's never going to be able to put a pattern out, in my opinion, that is going to give him a distinct advantage over the field. You know, Joe's not gonna put out, because of the way that he bowls. I mean, he's a good bowler in his own right. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I don't want to discredit Joe Engelkiss' ability as he's on our screen now. But he's just your average bowler. Loves bowling, stays down and through the shot, makes his adjustments. And the fact that Joe bowls this event, everybody in the field, if Joe were to win this tournament, instead of it being a complete, I don't know, I can't think of a better word, so maybe I'll bleep this out later, but if Joe Engelkiss won the tournament, it would not be a shit show. Instead, I believe everybody in the event would be so happy for Joe that he won the tournament that the opposite would happen, and it's because of his character. You know, if not everybody, and I just realized that means a lot. If you're a tournament director and you bowl the event, and if you won the event, the entire field is super happy for you, that is a definition of character. Like, and that's why I keep coming back to do this. It's why I'm sitting here in -2-degree weather and making it part of my stop when I live in Utah and have to drive here from St. Louis twice a year. It's why I do it, is for that man who's bowling on 19 and his dedication to keeping this thing going with not only these two events that he runs every year, but the Greater Iowa Bowling Association. He's got stops the whole year. He also runs a great event for Jeff Riggles, the 11thframe.com Open at Cherry Lanes. And it's not just him. Joe will tell you, oh, I don't want the credit. It's my family. It's his wife and his daughter who right now are running brackets and updating the scores online and doing everything. So they that is a long answer to that question, Kimberly. Catching up here in the chat, Robert wants me to have Hess to talk about the Cubs. I bet I would like that. That's because those of you that have gotten to know me over the years, I'm a Cardinal fan. Born and raised in St. Louis, that's how you do. How's the scoring pace so far? Well, let's take a look at that. Over here on InsideBowling.tv, through 2 games, I do have standings. Tom Hess leads at 84 over. Zach Wolfel is second at +61. Third is Quentin Bolin at +48. Justin Petrie is in fourth at +45, tied with Ryan Binsley. Currently right now, out of the 44 players in the field, 18 are even, and 18th is Kevin Duncan. He's even. Rest of the players are minus. So there is some scoring pace information for you. That was a very good question, and thanks for keeping me on my toes. And Aaron says I'm on spot with the Joe Engelkiss thing. The incredible colossal bowler. He's still growing. So I'll give you some scores here for these guys, or at least I'm going to try, because the monitor's out on 19. I got to like look at the telescore down here, but I will move just to be able to give you guys a score update. Let's see what we're at. If you saw me right now, I'm actually like up on the lane here. Okay, 236. That can't be Joe Engelkiss with 236, is it? Yep, 236 for Joe. He put the towel over his shoulder, put his hands in the air, and shook his head at me. So 236. And he beat Tom Hess, because Tom Hess finished with 231. Tom just gave me a fist bump on that one. And Cameron Doyle, who you're watching right now, he can still bowl 257. So these guys are going to combine for, let's see, 68 over plus 57. Somebody in the chat add that up, and when I get back up walking into the booth, you can tell me what it is. Oh, John Shaw bowled 297. Jennifer just let me know. 34. Down on lane 34, 297 game for John Shaw. So Doyle here, second shot and a 10th, I believe it is. Through the face for a 3-pin. So Cameron's going to be in the 240s. Yeah, 246 will be his score. So hope you enjoyed watching these three bowl. I've got no action on 15 and 16. And I do have a 10th frame coming up over on lanes 21 and 22. So that was fun watching those guys bowl. Got Jeff McCann, Dan Healy, and Jared Gosey. And I believe it's Gosey. I don't know if it's Goss. I'm going to go with Gosey. Make that E matter. Oh, I love all of you. Some people like have my number and I get text messages, and some people send me emails and private messages, and on Facebook they send me things in the messenger and send in questions to Inside Bowling. I have like 30 different ways to get in touch with me, and like I can't check them all at one time. So every once in a while I'll just be like, oh, I need to go check this. Oh, I need to go check this or whatever. And I just got a couple funny messages. So you guys are the best. So Sudaka0033 thinks that that's Stu Williams on lane 22. That McCann looks like Stu Williams. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, I appreciate us trying to get the look-alike game going here today, because you know we do like to do that. Or maybe I'm just comparing him to Nick Thomas, who's the Adam Levine look-alike. And if you haven't seen that, just go to our YouTube channel and you'll see the Bradley Open. Wow, blower 8. Just blower 8. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Let's wrap that up for you. Put it on a silver plate and eat it. Jeez. Trying to get something going here in the 10th frame. He could have punched out for 174, and blower 8 is going to put him in the 160s with a spare. There's Troy Fuller off to the right of your screen making another cameo. I've got nobody on 15 and 16. I got these guys finishing up here just in the 10th frame here on 21 and 22. And then I guess I'll have to take you to 19 and 20, where I got that bonus camera set up now after this. So we head into Game 4 here at the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. If this is your first time hopping on here, my name is Mike Flanagan. And I've been doing this since 2010. I don't know why, but I've been doing this since 2010. And after getting all of you to come follow what we do, I finally got smart, because people kept telling me that I needed to figure out ways to monetize our platform. And I just launched our Inside Bowling merch shop on Friday with the help of a lot of people on my team. And we're pretty proud of it. And our goal is to put Hot Topics out of business. We're tired of Hot Topics and all their concert t-shirts that everybody wears. We want people to be wearing bowling-themed shirts, and we will not stop until Hot Topics is out of business. And if anybody watching this at all right now works at Hot Topics or is affiliated with Hot Topics, I was just completely joking. And I actually have bought a few shirts from Hot Topics because I like to go to concerts. And instead of taking this incredibly awful thing that I just said about putting Hot Topics out of business, I'm going to give you a quick free commercial. Hot Topics. If you're looking for a concert t-shirt, maybe like a band, or maybe you're looking for one of those rare relic CDs that you just can't find at the local neighborhood Walmart or Best Buy, head on over to Hot Topics. They've got great deals on t-shirts, usually buy one, get one half off. Check them around Christmas. Sometimes it's buy two, get one free. Head over to Hot Topics for all of your music t-shirts and pop culture t-shirts. Head over to Hot Topics. But if you're a bowler, and there's a good chance you are on this channel or you support a bowler, you should head over to the InsideBowling.com shop and pick up some of those t-shirts. Wear those into Hot Topics. And they'll be like, "Where'd you get that shirt? That's so cool." Be like, there's this website. Kenny Calkins III, Justin Corey, and Cody Brandow bowling together here on our bonus coverage pair. But it looks like I've got a group getting ready to start on 15 and 16, so we'll head there now. And Cameron Doyle's best friend, at least I think it's his best friend. We've got Greg Young. He's crossing with Connor Egan and Bradley Krause. These guys will be fun to watch. Greg Young has been a member of Junior Team USA. Also, I do have some comments here about some of our shirts here in the chat. Also, if you have a suggestion for a shirt, that'd be cool. We can put them on there. Let's see. Eric Lonesbury recommends the Bowling Bad shirt. Would I be able to tweet out the scores? Brent Boho wants to know. I could probably get on that. If you do want the scores, they are on InsideBowling.tv. I'm flying solo here. But if you go to InsideBowling.tv and then go down below on the event information tabs, you will see the scores underneath the blue tab. And they're up after game number 2. And that's how things are changing now with our full website, with the e-commerce platform set up. All of our live streaming embed page is now just going to be found at InsideBowling.tv. Because we had to partition and move to a new, one of our other site names that we have for this purpose. The Greg Young on lanes 15 and 16. Andrew Bensley in the chat says his brother is on 17 and 18. His brother Ryan Bensley, thanks for joining us. Jake Bedard giving a nice piece of information here in the chat. He says, you know, actually Joe doesn't come up with the pattern. He says he wants it between 38 and 42 feet, and the proprietor comes up with the pattern. And the proprietor doesn't bowl the event. Yeah, and I am getting a couple messages about InsideBowling.tv. We haven't, with all the changes with our site and everything, if you go there, it could say your connection is not private. If that says that on your screen, there's a little advanced tab on the bottom left, a little advanced button that you press. And then it just says ignore and proceed. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with the site. It just doesn't have an SSL certificate. And for our next live stream, that certificate will be on the site so you don't get that error message. So, but you're good. Everything's fine. I know it says not secure, but there's nothing happening there. It's on a trusted server at Brian Burkhardt's house, who's our web guy. So. Hello to Sue Hess. She says, thanks for streaming. You're welcome. If you are just joining us, you just missed your husband, Tom Hess. We had him on 19 and 20. Bradley Krause gives a wave to the booth. After that strike, we just saw him deliver on lane 16. Bradley's a great kid. He bowled with Kenny Ryan in the holiday doubles a couple years ago, and they made the finals. Give a shout out to Kimberly, who's watching. That request you have for the scores being tweeted out, Brent Boho, she is going to tweet them out under the Inside Bowling account for me. So that is awesome. So I do greatly appreciate that, Kimberly, very, very much. And to those of you that don't know, my InsideBowling.com team, actually, you know, it is a business now. We have, it's no longer a hobby, which is good and bad, because when it's a hobby, you can just do whatever you want, and it's just whatever. Then when you become a business, things change. But we've tried to stay true to our roots all along, but at some point in time, you gotta figure out what you're going to do with your life, and this has become a career. So we do digital marketing as well. We play on social media. We play on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and create graphics and videos. And Kimberly handles the Professional Bowlers Association account now. That is in our client portfolio. We have a great relationship with the PBA, and our company has been hired to handle their social media for them. And you know, it's a team effort. You know, Janae from the PBA and Tom and everybody over there, the Extra Frame crew with Jeff and Phil and Craig and Curtis Von Kruger, all of those guys. We just started working with them at the first of the year, and it's been a tremendous, tremendous honor to be involved with the PBA and working with them. And Kimberly is actually at the Tournament of Champions this week doing the PBA social media, and today's actually a day off. It's a Pro-Am day, so she's able to sleep in. She's watching the broadcast today, and she has access to all of our accounts, and she heard while she was watching that you'd like the scores to be tweeted out, and she's going to do that. So that's kind of sort of how our group works. We also have Brady Nelson and Eric Binke, who are social media managers that work on our team. Brian Burkhardt, who, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't ever have been streaming. He's the one that pushed to have multiple cameras and get the website to where it was there for several years until we've kind of just emerged into this other stuff that we've had to do to put food on the table. And now with the launch of our merch shop, he's been very instrumental in helping us get everything switched over and keeping this InsideBowling.tv thing alive as well. So, and we've also expanded. We have a full-time video guy, a high-end video editor and filmmaker in Corey Ruiz, who actually opened up the broadcast for me during the Classic Doubles broadcast at the Bradley weekend. So if you were watching then, you saw Corey. He's part of our group as well. He's responsible for some of the videos you've seen with Ebonite International recently. If you've been over to the Ebonite YouTube channel, you've seen the Ronnie Russell Game Breaker 3 one-take video and the Ronnie Russell Verdict Pearl video, and actually the Game Breaker 3 also had Tommy Jones in it. He shot and edited all of that. He also is responsible for a lot of the Alias video work that you've seen involved with the Alias ball launch with Track. And just last Thursday, if you go to any of the Hammer accounts, Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or the YouTube channel, you'll see a ripped 30-second commercial. Those were all shot and edited working with the team in Hopkinsville by Corey, who works with us. So we have a large group, and just recently also we've brought on Carlos Alejandro. The CLZ Design Company is his company, and he's actually helped us get our merchandise store up and running. A lot of the designs were pre-designed by folks on my team like Kimberly. It was very instrumental in getting all that rolling, but Carlos has really taken the hand off and helped make all that possible for us to be able to achieve and do things that we want to do in the future. So there's some background information on just who we are and what we do. If you look at the graphics on the screen, those were built by Carlos as well. I like our graphics package much better now, and I cannot thank him enough. And if you're watching and you need any graphic work done, I can get you in touch with Carlos Alejandro at CLZ Designs. You can check him out on Instagram as well. And he is very, very affordable, let me put it to you that way. And he does tremendous work and is looking for work all the time. He's a freelance graphic artist, and if you could shoot him some business his way, you will not be sorry. So there's a little recap of just kind of what's going on with our – we've had a lot of changes recently, and I feel like I need to communicate some of those things out to you guys. Hard and straight at the spare for Greg Young. .53 after the hour here, the 10 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone. Starting to kind of figure out what the rest of the day looks like it's going to shake out. 1:15 is when the B squad is supposed to start. They will completely strip and oil the lanes and put out a fresh lane condition for the B squad, as pins do carry over in this event. And I'm thinking with this game finishing up here shortly, and then just 2 to play after that, it looks like. Thank you, John Shaw, 297. 297 for John Shaw. Let me know. I think that was communicated a little bit earlier, but we'll take it again and get that out there. But it looks like we'll probably be done just after noon. So there'll be about an hour break between A and B squad. I will stop the stream and bring up another one at that time. Sue says she's always late to the party. We got 185 watching this morning on this A squad. Greg Young with the 10 pin. He just can't knock him down. 106 in the 5th. It's going at a 2-0 pace. Actually, all these guys are kind of pacing about the same. Pretty close. After Krause's shot, I'll bring in our split screen. Get a look at lanes 21 and 22 as well. Ken Duffield, Chris Pearson, and Quentin Bolin Both run lanes 21 and 22. And Greg Young misses a 10-pin. We're going to bounce out of there and actually just go over in full screen 21 and 22. Ken Duffield. Still Bowl 268. Wearing his Horton Nation t-shirt. Ronnie Horton. It was super warm in the bowling center when I got here earlier today. And they seem to have just changed the temperature, because it's starting to get a little chilly in here now. And I know that means a great deal to all of you watching at home. Thanks to the 62 of you that have pressed the like button down below. 63 of you, actually. 64 of you now. Thank you for hitting the like button. As I've explained before, that actually does help with our YouTube rankings. I'm actually going to go look at that now. If you go over to youtube.com and then click the 3 bars in the upper left and scroll down to browse channels. And then you click on the basketball for sports. And you look at live streamings. Live now on sports. 30,000 people are watching the Legends League EULCS Spring Week 4 Day 2. 973 are watching the 2018 U.S. Soccer Annual General Meeting. And currently right now we are not in the top 8. And I'm not real happy about that. Let's see where we rank right now. We've been as high as number 1 on some of these in the past. I know the holiday doubles this year we were number 1. I'm like filtering down. I'm actually going to send an email to my YouTube rep and ask why we aren't higher rated. Maybe I'm not doing something right with the description. Maybe I'm not doing something right with the thumbnail. I don't know. There's a lot of clickbait in here. Folks, we're not even in the top 100 right now. Live streams, according to YouTube Sports. We're just not. And I don't get it. I don't know how that could possibly be. With 10,000 subs. And so that's why I ask you to always hit that like button. And subscribe, because that helps with that. I guess we're not interesting enough to be in the top 100 live streams right now on YouTube. Just that baffles me. It makes no sense. Because we've got great viewership, we've got great interaction, we've got a chat that's rocking and rolling all the time. Very interactive. We're delivering everything that we should for a live broadcast in the sports realm on YouTube. I don't feel like there's anything that we're missing. And as I was rambling about that, it was 268 for Mr. Duffield. 235. Possible 201 here as well. So scoring pace decent sure we have an update after game number 3. I just haven't looked. Let's see, manual refresh. We do not have a score update after game 3 yet. Interesting. 32 minutes ago. Should be up any time now. Don't forget we got 3 squads for you today, A, B, and C. Be a total of 18 games of bowling today for you, 6 on each. Then come back tomorrow morning. Oh, solid 8, get it out of the way for a 200 even score. We'll take you back over to lanes 15 and 16, where Greg Young, Bradley Krause, and Connor Egan are finishing up their game number 4. But yeah, so the rest of the format here tomorrow, we will be back at 9:30 in the morning for round 2, and then the finals immediately after. Round 2 is 6 more games at 9:30 in the morning, with all pins carrying over from today. And then the top 4 total pins following Sunday's squad will be seeded into the stepladder finals, with places 5 through 10 bowling elimination matches to determine the final spot in the stepladder. The elimination bracket will be set up 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9 for 1-game matches, with 5 and 6 to meet the winners of those 2 matches, and then the winners will move to the next round until 1 bowler is left to join the top 4 qualifiers. TV-style stepladder will be used to determine the winner. And at this event, there is also a bet-to-win pot that is optional, and you can also get in brackets. Thanks, Stephen Allen, for the share. I want to thank those of you that are supporting our new InsideBowling.com shop on InsideBowling.com. Getting quite a few orders here this morning on our new T-shirt business. And to those of you that are ordering, thank you. And you can expect those orders to be processed Monday and should be shipped out no later than Wednesday. And you'll be supplied with a tracking number and everything, just like your favorite online e-tailers. I've got a great partner in Salt Lake City that is actually making the shirts on demand and fulfilling and distributing the shirts and getting them out to you. So I've got professional people working that project. So thank you for that, everybody. Hello again, everybody. It's time for Dodger baseball. You never know what you got until it's gone. And last year when Vin Scully retired, Bradley Krause trying a strike ball there. When he retired, that brought a tear to my eye, actually. He had his family up in the booth with him for his final broadcast for Dodger baseball. Vin Scully. Have an appreciation for somebody that can sit in the booth by themselves for so many years. I've recently kind of taken that tactic myself here on this channel. Of course, I do have guests that come by and join me, which is much appreciated. But look at Greg Young with 4 through the middle there on a fill. He didn't care for that very much. That's a double 4 up there for Greg Young for a 208. And just like that, game number 5 has snuck up on me. And I think this graphic is about ready to go. This graphic is provided by the team of me, myself, and I. I have it. And I also have a bowler. 3 of them to be exact, bowling game number 5 in front of us on lanes 21 and 22. One of those bowlers being John Marsala from the St. Louis area, who I've known for years. And Jordan Richard, who just yesterday purchased some T-shirts from our InsideBowling.com shop. I saw his order come through, so thank you, Jordan. And Ryan Bensley bowling with them. So we have that for you for game number 5 on 21 and 22. And on lanes 15 and 16, when we have them, we will have, it looks like, Don Breeden, John Shaw, and Mike Bugren will have on 15 and 16 for you. It's nice to be settled in. Eric, thanks. I like that Eric Lonesbury says weak Vin Scully. I can try to do Vin Scully if you guys really want me to do Vin Scully. I can try. If you want, was that a bad first effort? Because I can get better. Let's see. See how I can do here. I haven't really done this, so do my best. I need to get a clear pair of lanes here. Hello again, everybody. It's time for Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Bowling, where today we have 44 bowlers bowling in this red-hot tournament. We have John Marsala, the lefty, the southpaw from St. Charles, Missouri. A little story about John. It was just a week ago that John laced up his shoes in Las Vegas and competed in the True Amateur Tournament. John not only bowled that tournament, but he flew there on a jet airplane. Upon getting off the plane, he decided to go to baggage claim and pick up his bowling balls. Along with his bowling balls were some clothes. And John proceeded to get in a cab and go to the bowling center. John covers the 7. John went on to make the finals in that event and finished 5th. All right, that was pretty weak too, I'm sorry. But that's what Vin does. He would pull out these weird stories that you never heard. I'll work on that Scully deal. I'll do that. I'll work on that at home and come back stronger on the next broadcast on that one for you guys. Robert Curatolo says, Mike, this would have been a perfect time to end your retirement with this subdued field. Eric Lowensbury will do the commentating. What do you mean by subdued field? Yeah, each frame is an inning. Instead of 3 up, 3 down, 10 up, 10 down. We'll be right back. This is Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank. See, this is too long of a tournament name to do this as well. You know, if it was like, welcome back to the Hammer Holiday Doubles. Leading off on lane 21 is John Marsala. Marsala, product of St. Charles, Missouri. Came up in the St. Louis organization before his rights were transferred to St. Charles. Yeah, I got to remember what Vin said recently. Man, he said something so funny like 3 years ago. He started talking about a guy at the plate. And he went off on this tangent about, like, gosh, I don't even remember. My brain, like, my memory's going. But it was, I remember listening to it. And it was such a bizarre story about the player. I mean, just bizarre. All right, so I just Google searched this Vin Scully stuff because you guys know in qualifying, I'm not going to sit here and call every shot by every bowler. So you get to see it. You got your scoreboards. We know these guys are good bowlers. But here's some of the Vin Scully things that they've got listed here. How about when Vin Scully, about the times that Johnny Gomes survived a wolf attack? Here's a story about Johnny Gomes. Gomes tried to pet a wolf and survived a subsequent attack, is what it says here. Let's see. There's some really cool stuff on here. About the time Yogi Berra wore his catcher's mask during a brawl with the Royals. This stuff is funny. Yeah, but no, somebody came to plate, and it was just bizarre. It was like something about how the guy got in a bar fight or something and then pitched a no-hitter the next day. I don't remember what it was. I got to get off of it because I need to know what I'm talking about here, and I don't remember it. I'll bring it up on a future broadcast. I will find it. So we're in the fourth frame here. Bring in our split screen over here to lanes 15 and 16, where these guys are in the fifth frame, and that's Don Breeden that you see up on the screen. I talked about Don earlier. Don bowls on the PBA 50 Tour. Bowled some tour stops, has done very well. Very good player, an established veteran. Don is bowling with John Shaw and Mike Bugren. Oh, wow. 8-10 for Breeden. Sorry, Don. I didn't mean to bring this over to you and have that happen. Let's see if Don Breeden can pick the 8-10. It's just a bad break. Yeah, here in the chat, pet a starving wolf. Yeah, like, why would you try to pet a starving wolf? Hey, little guy, hungry? Yeah, you look starving. How about we just sit down and cuddle for a little bit with my my hand exposed when you're hungry? Isn't there a song about that? Hungry like the wolf? You know, guys, dark in the city, night is a wire. Stream in the subway, earth is a fire. Doot doot doo doo, doot doo doo, doot doo doo, doot doo doo, doot doo. You know, woman, you want me? Give me a sign. Catch my breathing even closer behind. Doot doot doo doo, doot doo doo, doot doo doo, doot doo doo, doot doot doo. I'm in touch with the ground. I'm on the hunt. Down, I'm after you. Smell like I sound. I'm lost in a crowd, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Don Breeden, I suggest you straddle the line in Discord and rhyme. I'm on the hunt, down, I'm after you. Mouth is alive with juices like wine, because I'm hungry like the wolf. Well, you see the scores here on this pair. And Don converts like the veteran that he is. Bring it back into our split screen. Lanes 21 and 22 back over to John Marsala, Jordan Richard, and Ryan Bensley. And I know we've got Bensley's brother in the chat, I believe, still. $172 of you are watching live here on our YouTube channel. Once again, we just rolled 10,000 subs last month. Appreciate that very much. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we highly recommend you do that. And you also download the YouTube app on your phone. You will totally thank me later, because YouTube is going to become more and more brought into your life. It's just going to happen. If you haven't noticed, the World Series last year was brought to you by YouTube TV. If you didn't notice, the Super Bowl, when it opened up, was brought to you by YouTube TV. What YouTube is doing is changing the entire landscape. YouTube is already built into all smart TVs, Apple TV, all of the any sort of device that comes with for your television or television streaming service. YouTube is near the top, alongside Netflix, Hulu, etc., etc. So what YouTube has done is they've actually gotten the rights to be able to stream on YouTube television networks, just like DirecTV or your cable provider. And YouTube's not going away, folks. So as it becomes more habitual and more prominent in your life of how you get digital information, that's actually really good for bowling. Because as society is starting to get trained to be able to specifically watch just what they want to watch, if you really, really like bowling, you can just subscribe to the bowling channels. And instead of having 24-hour network programming, it's sporadic, but when it comes on, you don't always know when bowling comes on. So if you go and you subscribe, say, to this channel, the PBA YouTube channel, and subscribe to Bowl TV, for instance, and maybe you would subscribe to Bowling Digital. You know, those are the, no offense to any other channels out there, but those are the 4 that I think of off the top of my head when it comes to presenting bowling. And if you subscribe to all those and they're in your subscriptions, anytime new content is posted, it shows up in your feed, just like Facebook or any other social network. Except here's the great thing about YouTube. They don't have algorithms on one of the tabs down below. So I'm going to go into my YouTube app right now, actually. And if you're on there, it's got trending, or actually it's got the home page, which that's going to be your that's your algorithm. That's what it thinks you want to watch right now on the home page. But then they have a trending page where you can go see what's everybody watching, what are the most trending videos online. And then they have a subscriptions tab. And your subscriptions tab is in chronological order. There's no algorithm in there. It just shows you the most recent content of things that you subscribe to. And that's where you want to be. That's the sweet spot. So I follow a bunch of people on YouTube. And if you want to know who I follow, some people like to know this stuff. I'm just going to look at my subscription list here. On my feed right now, it's got at the very top 2018 Fusion Realtors Community First Open is the very top one. It's the most recent subscribed upload because we're live right now, so it lets me know this is coming to you live. And then Gary Vaynerchuk 21 minutes ago has uploaded a you need to create 37-minute long vlog with a guest. And then these folks called What's Inside are showing up in my feed because I subscribe to them. The Daily Woo, David Dobrik, Sean Duras, Devin Supertramp, Jack Coyne, Philip DeFranco, Let's Get Lexi, Casey Neistat. Those are my most recent uploads on MKBHD. That's who I follow. That's currently got new fresh content up on YouTube. So it's really, if you're not in the YouTube space, you really should get in there and embrace it and be part of it more. Spend less time on Facebook and more time on YouTube. That's how I feel. Let's see. Updates. We have an update after game number 3 for you. Tom Hess leads this field at plus 115. Zach Wolfel is plus 75. He's in second. Kenny Calkins the third is in third at plus 72. John Shaw in fourth at plus 68. That 297 game really helped him. Quentin Bolin is fifth at plus 53. Sixth, Cameron Doyle at plus 51. Ken Duffield is in seventh at plus 36, but we just saw him bowl 260, so I believe that number is going to go up. For him, Troy Fuller bowled he's 35 over, 635. Ninth, Dave Dentlinger, 28 over, and Michael Coffey is 10th at plus 20. Currently, right now, 20 of the bowlers out of the 44 are even or better. Kevin Duncan is still even after 3 games, 600 even. He was even after game 1. And just as we talk about that, that was your game 3 update. And because I was behind and talking about other things, we have a game 4 update already. So Tom Hess, plus 149 leads. Ken Duffield is in second. I told you that 260 would help him. He's now second at plus 104. Third is Quentin Bolin at plus 78. Fourth is Cameron Doyle at plus 74. Michael Coffey is fifth at plus 68. And sixth is Kenny Calkins at plus 66. Seventh is Zach Wolfel at plus 65. Tommy Tikas is in eighth at plus 34, tied with Troy Fuller. And 10th is John Shaw at plus 33. Now there are 17 bowlers plus on this squad. Shane Arment is plus 4. Kevin Duncan, because he's been the number, I'll report that he's 29 under now in 27th, which means he bowled 171 his 4th game. So there's an update. You can see that on InsideBowling.tv. And once again, if you do get prompted with, hey, this site is not secure, just click on the Advanced tab and click Proceed anyway, and then you'll be able to be on that page and see what's going on. We are aware of that issue, and it will be fixed before our next live stream. All right. And we keep growing subscribers, by the way, everybody. Thank you so much for the subscribers we've picked up here in just the last few minutes. Thank you. Pressing that button means a lot to us. Marsala with a strike. And we're back here with John Marsala. Marsala comes from the great family named Marsala. As a matter of fact, last night I had a little Marsala dressing. That was horrible. I'm going to edit that out. That will not make the archived version of this. Hey, Logan, we'll see you in a little bit. Scott Merritt, I got you your Game 4 update. Thank you. Eric Lonesbury says, feed the wolf some steak and shake. I agree with you. Just got a really nice message on Facebook from someone saying they checked out our new merch shop on Inside Bowling and really think it looks fantastic. So thank you for that. Really appreciate it. $153, 201, and a possible 203 here now for Jordan Richard. And right through the face. That is the last thing that he wanted right there. Well, let's see if he can grab the family and go to church here. Let's see if he can pick it up. Oh wow, I thought that 7-pin might have got hit there. And finishing up here over on lanes 15 and 16. Breeden, when we took the camera off of him, kind of got it going. And he finishes with 214. That's a nice bailout game for Don Breeden. Also 174 and 223 to go with those scores over there on 15 and 16. So I really have no bowling for you now. Not even my Just the 176 for Jordan. Not even my booth cam right now has any action whatsoever. So it's a great opportunity to talk to you guys and do a bit of a reset. You know, we're in game number 5 of 6, getting ready to go into game number 6. This tournament would not be possible without the great sponsors, the Fusion Realtors, the Community First National Bank, of course, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Budweiser, the Kingpin Grill, CFNB Mortgage, and Logo Infusion has supported the Greater Iowa Bowlers Association and these events for the last couple of years now. And they have a nice offer for you if you're looking for dice-up jersey, towels, different things that they offer. You can head over to logoinfusion.com and you can use their coupon code. I know I've been promoting the coupon code that we have for Inside Bowling, our merch shop, but also Logo Infusion. If you're looking for those dice-up jerseys, you can go over to logoinfusion.com and put in GIBA18 and you'll save 20% off your Logo Infusion order. GIBA18. As we say, hashtag support the sponsors. And every time we stream a tournament, we're always listed as a sponsor, and I don't ever really say, and this tournament's brought to you by Inside Bowling. Well, we're providing the coverage too, so I normally don't say that. So, but now that we have our merch shop, you know, and you see on your screen down there on the bottom left, save 15% with code YouTube. that is for our Inside Bowling store that just launched yesterday. We've got some T-shirts on there, and we'll be adding more items. We got more stuff we're going to put on there. And as I mentioned earlier, this is all in an effort to do some crowdfunding and be able to do more things. I have this one tournament that I want to do, but I won't do it unless I can pay 20 grand for first. And I want to try to build our online e-commerce platform, since we do have such a huge following across all of our social media networks. And I know you guys like to support things. You just change a buying habit. Buy a T-shirt from us instead of Kohl's. You know, like, that's not that hard. We're also going to have some other items available on there. We're going to help some pro athletes in bowling that have some items that they really don't have a way to sell or not a lot of traffic. So, for instance, we'll just take Josh Blanchard. He's got a new book. And not a lot of people think, where can I go buy Blanchard's book? But if you're trying to get to that minimum 50, we offer free shipping on all orders over $50 on the Inside Bowling store. So if you're trying to get that number to a certain number to get over shipping, like, you can add Blanchard's book. I'll be adding that soon. It's not on there yet. We just launched Friday. It's kind of a soft launch, but there's some other things we'll be adding as well. We've also been talking to Stephanie Johnson about her new line of fanny hose. I know that's not for everybody that's watching, but for those of you that it is for, they're really cool. Talking about possibly partnering with her and doing some things with that as well, and a couple other things in the works. So it's pretty cool. You know, I am a big YouTube guy, and if you go out and watch any of these really big YouTubers, they're either doing merch or they're doing Patreon or they're doing these different things to help support. And you know, people want to support. You know, they're cutting cables and they're subscribing to Netflix and Extra Frame and Hulu and all these other things. And when you provide content for free on the internet, those that can afford to help get involved and support through buying merch and supporting the channel, it's becoming more and more common, and it's something that we've been told we've been needing to do for years, and shame on me for not doing it sooner, and here it is. So, all right, let's see. I got to get up this new graphic for you. I build a graphic for every game, and here is your graphic. Game number 6. Action just getting underway here on lanes 21 and 22, and it's because of the skip procedure. It's familiar faces. It's Don Breeden again, and his crossing mates John Shaw and Mike Boogren. And now we've got the Nitro R background. The Nitro R background. Henry Craig wants to know, where is this event? Well, it's in Waterloo, Iowa. We're at Cadillac Lanes. Cadillac XBC is the new name of this facility, as they're becoming more of a multifaceted family bowling center. And it's Pro Anvil Lane synthetics, very, very slick surface. The oil pattern's 38 feet in length, 28 milliliters of oil, a 2.12 to 1 ratio out on the lanes. That's what we're seeing. Young Gunners, welcome to the chat. Come on, St. Louis Bowlers, John Marsala, Kyle Sherman, Jordan Richards, and the rest of the guys, good luck. Well, Kyle Sherman's not here. And I don't think he's coming. I don't know if he and Brad Miller are coming over here or not. I doubt it. As a matter of fact, I want to search something because they bowled in Akron this week. So let's see, Akron to Waterloo. Let's see how far that is. 9 hours and 27 minutes. I doubt they would have driven 9 hours and 27 minutes to come bowl this tournament. Let me see, Waterloo to Indianapolis, which is where they would have to go next. 6 hours and 23 minutes. Yeah. Akron to Indianapolis. Let's see what that looks like. 4 hours, 26 minutes. I doubt they're coming. But let's see. The entry of the Fusion is $150. I had a question. John, thanks so much for the positive comments. Bill McNabb, you're looking for standings. Bill, this is what you need to do. You need to go over to InsideBowling.com. You can go there. I'm actually going to go through the same process right now. Make sure it all works. InsideBowling.com. And then at the top of the page, there's a banner that says, it's a black line with white writing. It says, live streaming now, Fusion Realtors Open, InsideBowling.tv. When you click on that, it takes you over to InsideBowling.tv. Now, it could come up on your screen and say that this is a not secure site, but it is secure. It's just missing the certificate because we're in the process of transferring over with our new store and everything. So just click on the advanced tab and say, go ahead and proceed, and then you're there. And then when you're on that screen down below, there's a blue tab, and all your scores are there. So that's how that works. I know that's a long explanation, but that's how it goes. Okay. I really am baffled how we're not in the top 100 live streams on YouTube right now because our numbers are higher than most of these. I am going to definitely send an email to YouTube and find out what is going on. I'll have 2 more squads for you today. Those squad times, 1:30 and 6:15 will be our other squad times today as we bring you game number 6. Okay. I told you Breeden could bowl. If you watch this guy, he is just the – you look up the word consistency in the dictionary, and there's Don Breeden just looking at you and smiling. He's just a consistent bowler, keeps it around the pocket, picks the spares. Been doing it for a long time. For those of you that were wondering, you know, what's going on 15 and 16, nobody has gone to that pair yet. Eric Lonesbury has a good observation here. Point of note, I subbed to Inside Bowling, but I didn't get a push notification this morning about the live stream. I may be the only one, but normally I get pushes when you broadcast. You know, it's funny. I also did not get a push notification today, but there is a way to automatically get them if you hit the bell. So if you're on the app, and you go into the search and you look at Inside Bowling, there is a bell next to the subscribe button, and then you get all notifications. And you can click the options from there, and you can get all, occasional, or none. So that's one way that you can for sure know. So I like talking how digital marketing works on the airwaves, because it is what I do for a living now. And I'm constantly paying attention to these trends and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys listening to it. Also, like, I'll tell you something that I just did. I'll give you a really, really, really behind the scenes thing. Let's say you're on Facebook, right? And let's say you want people to share your website. Well, if people type in InsideBowling.com, I noticed Tom Hess did an update today. He sent people to the website. And I looked at how Facebook portrayed the website, and all it was InsideBowling.com, no picture, nothing came up. And when I just recognized that, what you do is you type in to Google Facebook debugger. Yes, debugger. Okay, so if you go to Facebook debugger, you can click on that debugger Facebook for developers. And when you're logged into Facebook, you can type in the URL that you want to debug. So I just debugged Inside Bowling. And then down below it shows what it would look like if somebody shared Inside Bowling. And then I hit the button scrape again. And if you scrape again, it pulls any new images on there. So you're forcing Facebook to find the new images. So if anybody were to share it, that's what it pulls up, instead of waiting on Facebook to finally discover it on like a scrape, because they have to scrape every website. What you're doing is you're forcing the scrape by going into Facebook debugger. So now if you go on Facebook and share our broadcast, instead of it just being a blank screen with Inside Bowling, it now comes up. I'm going to do it right now. It now comes up with a picture from our website. So weird. Facebook's doing some weird things today. Starting to get some food here in the center. I smell it. People ordering food. Smells good. Got 99 likes down below. Somebody else want to hit that like button? Get us to 100? That would be cool. And you guys are awesome supporting the channel. Just got another order from you guys. Thanks so much, Bob. Thanks, brother. Thanks for the order on the website. Make sure you give me feedback and let me know how those shirts fit and how they feel and everything. I'm pretty proud of what we've come up with. I really like the texture of the new merch shop that we have of these shirts. People keep subscribing. We're growing here. 10,560 subs now. Thank you. I've got that open here as well. Every time I see Don Breeden, I think about Louis we met. I used to work with him at Storm, and I know he and Don are very close. Louis is from this area. I really wish Louis was here today. I don't know if he's watching. If he is, shoot me a text, Louis. But I could use an evening of laughs, and I know Louis would be able to provide that for me. Lanes 15 and 16 are underway. They're in the second frame right now. So I'll stay here with you on 30 or 21 and 22, and then we'll take you over to 15 and 16 to finish up the A squad qualifying here at the Fusion Realtors Community First National Bank Open. Glad you've been watching all morning with us. We got two more squads for you coming up at 1:30 and 6:15 tonight. Next squad will be full. This squad notables we have Greg Young's bowling, Bradley Krause, Troy Fuller, Cameron Doyle, Tom Hess, Kevin Duncan, just to name a few of the notables that you may have seen in step ladders on our broadcast. Don Breeden, who we've been watching, along with a ton of other great local players. See how we're looking on the standings here. Standings up after 4 still. Tom Hess is your leader. Ken Duffield in second, followed by Quentin Boland, Cameron Doyle, Michael Coffey, Kenny Calkins, Zach Wolfel, Tommy Tikaz, Troy Fuller, and John Shaw are your top 10. Shaw's 33 over. Hess leads at 149 over. it's been an excellent morning here at this beautiful Cadillac XBC Bowling Center. Got in late last night if you're just joining us, and had some really bad travel complications, so I had to finish setting up this morning and was a little behind. Took to the airwaves on time this morning. Many of you have been with us since the very beginning. I can't thank you enough. Finally feel comfortable. Got the stream's been working, and hey, how about the pipe they've got in this building? The internet's been working great. Not every time we go to a center can we stream at the rate that we are right now. 720, crystal clear for you. Obviously, we'd love to be 1080, and we have the capability to do 1080, but we need to be in like a Las Vegas casino or something where we've got just an amazing pipe. But we've got an 8 meg upload here, so we're able to take 2 of it easily and not have to worry about anything stopping or skipping on you. So want to thank, hats off to the entire team here for having great internet to be able to bring you this tournament. Don Breeden, geez. Don Breeden can bowl 234. I actually just got a text message about Don Griffin. That's why I screwed that up. That's funny. Any 3-game big sets thrown today? Not really. Not really. Shot looks like an old reverse block. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Brunswick jersey throwing phase by storm. Yeah, well, there's a lot of, not everybody's on staff. Most everybody has a mixed bag. They carry multiple products in their bag. You might, here's what I believe. If you're not on staff with somebody, you're looking for deals, right? You're looking for a good deal. So you might go to Nationals and maybe Ebonite's running a special on a certain bag, and you're like, hey, I like that bag, and hey, it's on sale. So you get the bag, and the bag's going to last you 3-4 years, right? And then you go over to, Storm Booth or something, and maybe they've got like a jersey that's like an older ball, and it's half price. And you're like, man, I just like the colors of that jersey. It matches my high school colors. And then you buy that. And then you buy a ball there from Motive or something, right? And then you get back to your bowling center, and some guy in your league, drills a game breaker 3 and shoots 800 with it. Then his buddy gets a game breaker 3 and shoots 800 with it. And then the next thing you know, you end up buying a game breaker 3 to put in your bag. So now you've got a Storm jersey, you've got a Motive ball, you got this game breaker 3, and there's nothing wrong with that. That actually proves a healthy industry where you can support all the companies. Take you back over to 15 and 16. We'll finish up here as they're now done on 21 and 22, and then we'll end the broadcast. And as you guys know, most of you know that I'm affiliated with Ebonite International. They support me and provide a livelihood for me, to be quite honest, and the people that work with me. And we're going on almost 3 years with Ebonite International, if you can believe that or not. We'll be renewing, hopefully if they want us back in April, 4th year contract to work with their digital marketing and provide all the social media for them. But I can't say it enough about the folks that work there. They sponsor this event. They sponsor almost every live broadcast that I do. Brands of Ebonite, Hammer, Columbia 300, and Track. Not only do they support it, but it is like a family. Perfect example. During B Squad today, Cameron Doyle and Tom Hess are going to join me in the booth, which I'm looking forward to. And those two guys happen to be affiliated with Ebonite International. And they're going to take time to spend time in the booth and talk to you guys and us. So it's just kind of how it works here. So obviously, if you were looking for a new bowling ball purchase, and if you were to ask me, I'm gonna point you in that direction, one of those 4 brands, because you can find something across those 4 brands that's going to work perfectly for you. No doubt in my mind that there is something there that will work for you. And if you want to build an arsenal, nowhere else in the industry are you going to get as wide of a selection. They're like the Baskin-Robbins of bowling. There are more flavors in the Ebonite International lineup of bowling balls. You want to talk about tweaking an arsenal and you're looking for a gap filler? That's like a key word, like a gap filler. You can fill some gaps when you look at that family of brands. No doubt. So, but obviously they treat me great and they support what I do. I'm going to support them. And if you haven't noticed, there's been quite a few changes recently with, high-end staff players making the switch to some of the different brands with Ebonite International. Shannon O'Keefe, first of the year. A friend of mine just recently signed on, maybe not as big of a name, but just somebody that won the holiday doubles. Mr. A.J. Rice has just signed on with Ebonite International. Two-handed lefty from Alabama. Welcome to the family. But as I said earlier, it's very healthy in this industry that you have multiple brands, not only Ebonite International brands, but all the brands are doing well and people are supporting bowling. So you guys know that's my stance. It's a tricky deal. That's a tricky thing to speak of. Because ball companies are supported almost like sports teams. So, it's difficult to have a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan talk good about the New England Patriots or the Baltimore Ravens. It's like nails on a chalkboard. And that's what's been created in this industry for whatever reason. I wish it really wasn't that way. Trip 4-pin. And I told you it started getting chilly in here. That's Alex Martin down there. He's got a pullover on now. Earlier when we saw him bowl on lanes 21 and 22, he didn't have the pullover on, but he does now. Yeah, James here in the chat. Sandra Gongora was added to the Columbia 300 team. She's now united with her best friend Clara Guerrero. So that's cool, and I get to work with those people. I get to be part of filming shoots and covering them at events and getting to know them. And I got to pinch myself sometimes because it's very cool, very, very cool working with those types of people. Some of the best bowlers in the world. So I don't like to cram that down people's throats, but I also have to promote what I'm part of at the same time. So I try to balance it as much as possible. Last thing I would want to do is have somebody join this broadcast and turn it off because they feel like it's a biased broadcast. And there's going to be some degree of bias because Ebonite sponsors this event. So, it's just going to happen. But anytime I interview somebody that wins an event, I always give them the opportunity to plug their respected companies that support them. And I will always do that. I really like this kid's game right here. I like how straight Brian's playing the lanes. Brian Halen for the way that he bowls. Keeping his angles tight, I should say. He's not throwing it way out to the gutter. I know he's moved in much deeper now than from earlier, but he was playing it way out earlier. It's always cool to see when a two-hander can go up the lane and still hook it from in. Kyle Troop comes to mind. He's really good at that. Of course, Belmo is as well. He was using urethane this week at the Tournament of Champions. Tommy T-Cast with that messenger just a moment ago. That's impressive. That looked good. Come on, Alex. You gotta pick that up, buddy. So now he's staring at 204. Tommy can still bowl 236. And Brian can bowl 269. Finishing up this game number 6. It's about just after noon here, Central Time. Booba Duke here in the chat says Brian Halen is undoubtedly one of the top 3 righty two-handers in college bowling. I haven't been keeping up with college bowling this year very much. There's just way too many other things that my mind's focused on. So I appreciate you giving me that insight as Alex Martin runs over the rack for a 9-pin. Brian Halen. Jay Terry says, still waiting on that Mississippi tournament, Flanagan. Yeah, I hear you, Jay Terry. CollegeBowling.com still keeps stats on these players. I would assume that they do. Let's see what old Brian Halen's doing in the college ranks. Heading over to CollegeBowling.com right now. And I'm going to click on players, maybe. It's another strike. Okay, let's see. Men 2018 all events. Let's see if a Brian Halen appears out of nowhere. I'm going to have to do a Control F here. Brian Halen at McKendree, currently right now, is averaging 207, which is 45th in college bowling right now. His average differential is 23.46. Halen, his best tournament was at the Leatherneck Classic this year. He averaged 228, was third out of the 66 team field, which was 438 bowlers. He was third. He also at the Lion Classic was 10th overall out of 100 bowlers. At the Boilermaker, he was 11th out of 226 bowlers. He struggled at the Western Shootout. Looked like they were softer there, and he only bowled 2 games, judging by the scoring pace. That's just me analyzing the data. At the Leatherneck, he finished third. Team match game struggled, was 99th out of 178, it looks like. Although it seemed like there'd be more bowlers in that field, so I'm not real sure, but I'm just looking at his overall rankings here on collegebowling.com. Now, Greg Young, who we watched earlier, Greg Young 15th right now in average in college bowling at 212. Matt Russo's averaging 221. He leads. Talking about college bowling individual men's rankings currently, not this event. I'm just looking. Wesley Lowe is 8th. Interesting. I haven't looked at this yet this year. I'm glad you typed that into the chat. I'll take a look. Analyze some of this data. Tommy Tcast from Vincennes, averaging 210. He's 27th. So these guys must run around together, bowl events outside of college together. That's pretty typical. I guess I could look and see if Alex Martin is on this list. They're all bowling together. might be on page 2, next 50. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if Alex is bowling collegiate or not. He's not in the top 100. So, I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of help here in the chat now that I go back and check in on it. Let's see. 269, 202, and 179 to finish it out. I'll catch up on the chat, and then I'm going to sign off. When is the next California tournament? I don't have any tournaments in California that I'll be streaming anytime soon. Jay, what's up, man? He says, what's the pattern expected scoring pace for this tournament? I talked about the pattern a few times. 38 feet in length, 28 milliliters of oil, 2.12 to 1 ratio. They do have entries open for B squad, and they are going to take re-entries at this event, it sounds like. So that's good. The expected scoring pace is low. The scores can be found on InsideBowling.tv right now. As a matter of fact, it's a good opportunity to go ahead and look and see if we have scores updated after game number 5, and we do, and I'll recap those quickly. Ken Duffield leads at plus 137. Second is Michael Coffey at plus 116. Third is Tom Hess at plus 106. Fourth is Quentin Bolin at plus 101. Fifth is Troy Fuller at plus 92. Out of the 44 bowlers in the field, 19 of them are plus, and the last plus bowler through 5 games was Joe Engelkiss at plus 4. He's our tournament director. John Shaw is plus 7, and he bowled 297 earlier today. So it's low scoring. Jay, good question. And let's see, big tournament next weekend, the Hoosier Classic. Yes, Andrew, it is a big tournament in Indianapolis while the PBA is in Indianapolis as well. It's a big week for Indy next week. Hunter Kempton is a great two-hander also. Yep, Booba, thanks. Alex isn't on the varsity team, Logan said to let me know. Alex Martin, I was looking for him on college bowling. And finish line 1, 2, 3, I'm going to answer that question, and then I'm going to sign off the air. How do you get the standings? They've been being tweeted out a little bit on our Inside Bowling channel. I've got Kim doing that. I don't know if she's still doing that. I know that she's been watching the tournament, but we will update on Twitter. But the best way to do it is to go to InsideBowling.com. At the top of the page, you'll see a black banner bar that says live streaming now, Fusion Realtors Open, InsideBowling.tv, which takes you over to InsideBowling.com, or I'm sorry, InsideBowling.tv, and then on that page is where you can see the standings on the blue event information tab as you're watching live. If you're watching an archived version of this on YouTube, that is not going to help you much. So, but anyway, thanks for all the subscribing to the channel. I'd like to, at this time, just say thanks for all the sales during the block today on the InsideBowling.com merch shop. Don't forget you can save 15% with coupon code YouTube. And also thank you to Fusion Realtors, Community First National Bank. Special shout out also to the other sponsors of this event, the Waterloo Convention and Visitors Bureau. Without them, this would not be possible. Budweiser, Kingpin Grill, Logo Infusion, they're running a 20% off coupon also on their site with GIBA18 is that code for 20% off over at logoinfusion.com, and CFNB Mortgage. So that is going to do it for this A-Squad 6 games of qualifying. I'm glad you were here with us. I hope you enjoyed watching the bowling action as we bring it to you from Cadillac XBC Bowling Center here in Waterloo, Iowa, where it is a frigid -2 degrees outside. I'm going to go get some lunch and come back and stream again at 1:30 today, Central Time, B Squad. I'll also be joined by Tom Hess and Cameron Doyle in the booth throughout the block, and then again back at 6:15 for our C Squad qualifying. Action will resume tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. where the top third of the field will come in and bowl 6 more games, and then we will start our bracket competition and then our stepladder finals, and we will crown a champion Sunday afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I am Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com. I will see you back at 1:30 today here from Waterloo, Iowa.